In this video I want to show you another way for how you can factor these quadratics here. Now this really only works if it is multiple choice, and it kind of just works about 80% of the time, but most of the time it'll work for you. So it's a pretty good method. You can use it in a lot of situations. The idea is that this original expression up here is equal to one of these four. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick some number for x and just plug that in for x up here and see what it equals. So if we used 2 for x, we would have 2 squared minus 6 times 2 minus 16. This is going to give us 2 squared is 4 minus 6 times 2 is 12 minus 16. You can use this, do this however you want to. If you want to use the calculator or the store for x, if you remember how to do that. Let's see, 4 minus 12 is negative 8. Negative 8 minus 16, negative 24. Alright, so we get negative 24 out of the original when we plug in 2 for x. So what this means is that if we go down here to these 4 answer options and plug in 2 for x, we should get negative 24 back out of one of them. Alright, so if we plug in 2 for x on option A, we're going to get 2 minus 4. So 2 minus 4 would be negative 2. And then here we're going to get 2 plus 4, which is 6. And negative 2 times 6 equals negative 12. So that isn't it. Alright, if we look at option B, we'll see if you plug in 2 for x on that first part, you're going to get 0. And then you'll get 10 for the second part. And this is going to equal 0. So that's not it. Option C, 2 for x, we'd have 2 minus 8, that's negative 6. And then 2 plus 2, that would be 4. And negative 6 times 4 will give you negative 24. Alright, so that's going to be our answer. Now, you would also want to check all the options, option D as well, and it's also going to give us 0. The problem happens whenever you plug in some number for x up here. Let's say we plugged in 2 for x, and it actually ended up giving us 0 for some reason. All right, if it gave us 0, and there's 2 options down here that give us 0, that's the catch with these. Sometimes you get the same answer for 2 different options. If that happens, most of the time you can just plug in some other number for x. Let's say you plugged in 3 for x, and that would solve the mistake. And that would narrow it down to strictly one of those 2 options is what it would do. All right. If you guys want to try factoring this one here using that method, you can. Let me plug in 2 for x, see what we get. On the original, we plug in 2 for x. That's all. The equation form. Let's see what this gives us here. I'll tell you what the original gives, and then I'll have you figure out which answer option gives back the same thing. Alright, so this is 8 minus 11. So you should get positive 8 on the original. You're looking for which answer option down below that will also give you positive 8. And the answer for that, let's try it yourself real quick before I just tell you the answer. The answer for that is going to be option B. If you plug in 2 for x, you should get positive 8 again. Let me just make sure. So 2, and then we'll plug in 2 for x. So 2 minus 3 is negative 1. And then here, 2 for x, you'll get 2 minus 6, that's negative 4. And yep, that does it. 2 times negative 1 times negative 4 is 8. That's the only one that does it. So that's the answer. Option B. Alright, later.